see what is going on, and he wants to hear what is discussed. So, in many of these Krishna kathas, and I hope to do this after some time, devotees prepare a seat actually for Krishna. So that it's assumed we are doing Krishna katha, Krishna will come, so we should give him a seat so that he can comfortably sit there with all of us in his class. Hare Krishna! Sri Dhamma Ki Jai! Hare Krishna! He is a pilgrim who just came from Sri Dhamma. Prabhupada himself once gave a lecture in Los Angeles where he talked in a very, very nice way about what happens when you hear Krishna Katha. He talks about that there was a professional thief who came to this assembly of Krishna Katha thinking, oh, here are many people, they must have brought their money with them, so let me steal. Maybe at this moment there is also one or two professional thieves amongst us. And he will think, oh, all these people are just listening to the man with the microphone. This is a good stealing opportunity. I never otherwise I want to meet one person here, another person there, but here I meet 50 people. It's a very good harvesting opportunity here. So Prabhupada talks about this thief who thought like this. Well, he thought these are ideal conditions for stealing. All these people have their consciousness somewhere else. They don't think of their pockets. And so let me do some pickpocketing. But as he was amongst the different, as he listened with half a ear to the katha, his heart was changed and he developed the desire to meet Krishna. Prabhupada talks about this. Would you like to hear this? There is a story in this connection. It is very instructive. Try to hear. There was this one professional reciter. He was reading the Bhagavatam and he was describing that Krishna, who was highly decorated with so many jewels, went to herd the cows in the forest. So in this meeting where this professional Bhagavat speaker was talking, there was a thief. He thought, why not then go to Vrindavan and plunder this boy? He's in the forest with so many valuable jewels. He's all by himself. So I can go there and catch the child and take all his jewels. That was his intention. He was serious. I must find that boy. Then in one night I shall become a millionaire. So many jewels I get. So he went there. He had this one qualification. I must see Krishna. I must see Krishna. That anxiety, that eagerness made it possible that he came to Vrindavan and saw Krishna. He saw Krishna exactly in the same way in which he was informed by the Bhagavad reader. He saw, oh my God, you are such a nice boy, Krishna. So he began to flatter. He thought, when I flatter him, I take all the jewels. And the Prabhupada starts to laugh. So when he proposed his real business to Krishna, so may I take some of your ornaments? You are so rich. Krishna answered, no. My mother will be angry. I cannot give you anything. Krishna was a child. So the thief became more and more eager for Krishna. And then, by Krishna's association, he became purified. At last, Krishna said, "All right, you can take my jewels." Then the thief became a devotee immediately by Krishna's association. I've read this many times to many assemblies of devotees because it so nicely describes the result which can happen if we patiently hear Krishna Katha. What happens is that we become attached to Krishna. And this attachment, or you could say eagerness, is what will move us forward in our path, so that one day we will actually be able to meet Krishna face to face. So we will hear now more about Akrura, who went to see Krishna in Vrindavan. We will meditate a little bit like Akrura, and we will hopefully become more attached to Krishna. I want to affectionately greet the devotees from Radha Desh who have already come today. We expected you only tomorrow. Welcome today also, don't worry. Please feel welcome. We are trying to move the atmosphere up, and already I'm talking all day to devotees in my little room, and my room is just above you. It's somewhere here. So most of the time my chair is moving like this because the curtain is so intense, and the vibration is very strong up there. I have the best room in the universe. I hear the curtain. I'm rocking on my chair. But what I see as I talk to many of you and ask my questions to you, I see how the heart is already becoming purified. And instead of so much attachment to material life, all of us start to become attached to Krishna. It's very easy to preach in this little room because everyone who comes there is moved by the kirtan and by the atmosphere. The hearts are so purified and they're coming closer to Krishna. This is what we want to do in this Sanga Mela. We want to come close to Krishna. All right. So, are you ready now?
Yeah.
Good. I'm a little bit worried about the smallest of our guests who is talking at the moment. Oh yeah, but maybe they're from Russia. They don't understand anyways anything. So, who is the parent of the child? Please raise your hand. Ramgopal, I didn't. It's sometimes difficult to stay involved. We have a room. Mataji, please, we have a room in the library. You can hear everything and at the same time play with the child. It is an enhanced room. It's in the library. So. Oh, Krishna Katha and roses. to invite all of you to come with us to Vrindavan. Let us meditate on Krura's journey on his golden chariot and be with him as he goes to Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna. So, Hare Krishna. Akrura is sitting on the chariot and is moving towards Vrindavan. And he's very happy because he feels that a great burden is taken from him. All of us here in this world carry a heavy burden. It's like a backpack full of granite stones, and this burden is the reactions of our sinful activities. Someone who has a light burden looks very happy and bright. Someone who has a big burden, a heavy burden, looks very old and frustrated. Hare Krishna. You can see when you look at people's faces if they carry a big burden or a light burden. Then they are relatively free from sinful reactions. They look bright, encouraging, inspiring, but when they are so full of sinful reactions, they look like the people in the newspapers. Once Prabhupada, he looked at Times magazine and he said, don't look at these magazines, they make the material world appear so real. And he also said, these people carry such a heavy burden with them, the burden of their sinful reaction. So Akrura is traveling on the road towards Vrindavan, and he addresses this point. He says, today all the burden of my sinful reactions have been eradicated, and my birth has become worthwhile, because I will offer my obeisances to the Supreme Lord. Do you know what happens each time you go down, mister? Do you know what happens to you each time you come into the temple room? Do you know what happens when you see the deities and you pay your obeisances? When you are down on the ground, all your burdens, many lifetimes, they just slip from your shoulders and the ground to disappear. This is what happens by pranam. Srila Rupa Goswami quotes this verse in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, that by going down to Krishna, the sinful reactions are leaving the person. It is said, this happens especially when you go to a place of pilgrimage like Goloka. The moment you decide to go there, the sinful reactions which are gathering in your feet, they know, oh, soon we will walk on spiritual ground like Vrindavan. And then they quickly, the sinful reactions say, we want to stay with this person. So they move up into his hair. Therefore, a pilgrim, when he comes to a place of pilgrimage, should immediately cut his hair, so that the sinful reactions who try to hide and want to avoid that they are kidnapped are cut. They don't know what Mataji should do. I guess it's not such a big thing. Keep your hair, you know. But know that yes, you need to bow down at the holy place, and we will see a little later how Akrura gives an example how to bow down at a holy place, how he does it. But for now, I just want to repeat how Akrura feels jubilant, more and more jubilant as the horse is taken to Vrindavan, because he feels, wow, the simple reactions are moved away from me just by becoming closer and closer, closer to Krishna in the holy Dhama. Then Akrura begins to, he starts to actually meditate. This is very important. When you want to make advancement in your spiritual life, you need to learn the art of meditation. Because by meditation, you invite Krishna into your heart. And when Krishna comes into your heart, he walks there, he will remove all the inner darkness. There's outer darkness, especially now in the months of December, January, but this outer darkness is not as dangerous as the inner darkness which we have. In outer darkness, we sometimes have difficulties to see the path. But what happens when we have an inner darkness, the darkness of ignorance in our heart, then we do not know what path of life we should take. And that's dangerous. To not know how to move, how should I move, right or left. You even can take, thank you. You're extremely kind. I will now keep the straws.